Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Monday Morning Mindset Maximizer. I'm so excited for kind of like this revamp of my weekly go live. I'm going to just bring on, see if a couple people want to join me. And then we'll go from there. So excited. All right, here we go. Today I have no notes. I'm just kind of going off the cuff. And I wanted to start with the magic of gratitude. And those of you that are in our online community understand the magic of gratitude when it comes to being an entrepreneur and being not even an entrepreneur specifically, but to have that mindset that anything good can happen to you and that anything will happen to you, like anything positive will happen to you. Even if you're working for somebody else, and that's perfectly okay. And if you're happy doing that, then that's fantastic too. But I want to cheers to an awesome Monday. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. I'd like to see who all watches my go lives. If you're watching this replay either on my website or on my YouTube channel, definitely leave me a comment there as well because I like to see who watches. So thank you for tuning in. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the magic of gratitude. Oh, somebody is watching. I just can't see who it is. Tina! Yay! Hey, girl. I know you're a busy lady because you and Krista do like go lives like right away after I'm done at like 11 our time. So yeah, I know you're super busy, but thanks for tuning in, lady. The reason why I wanted to talk about the magic of gratitude, and there's a reason why I said the magic of gratitude, because of this awesome book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And inside is probably the most, I figured you'd have to pop off here after a little bit because you are a busy lady. Inside this book, I've gone through it 7 times, front, like cover to cover, in the last 2 years. The last time being in December, and I've done where you go through it and you do it day by day, and it's something that kind of builds, like you build momentum in it, and as you're building the momentum, and that's where you see the magic, right? And I've been talking to a handful of people with my, not necessarily, I haven't started my coaching business yet, but with doing, like if they want to jump online and do like affiliate marketing or whatever, and they're like, oh, this is holding me back and this is holding me back, and there's always some sort of excuse. And I always go back to the magic. I said, did you read that book that I sent you? Did you read it? There's one lady that lives, Tracy, she lives in Nova Scotia, I think, or somewhere in Newfoundland. And I bought it on Amazon and I sent it to her because I believed that she needed it so much. Tina says, such a transformative, oh my God, I cannot pronounce words today. Yes, it is an amazing book. Yes, it definitely, I agree, 1 bazillion %, because, and it's so funny because we talk about mindset all the time as entrepreneurs, you having the right mindset and personal development and all the stuff, but people don't know where to start, right? Like they don't know where to start driving that momentum or to start like achieving the momentum. And for me, it all started with this. I started in the online space February of 2018, and it was rough the first little bit because I'm like, I know how to run Facebook ads. Like that is so easy to me. Like all the tech stuff, I can create a Facebook page. I know how to do this. I know how to like that stuff. Yeah, that's easy. But what they don't really tell you is that if you don't have the right mindset going into all this, it will probably be a bit of a struggle. So when it comes to mindset and marketing, I just really believe that the magic is probably the biggest jumping point, starting point that anybody can achieve when starting a new business or starting a new job, or they're just not, like they're feeling down in the dumps, just stuff like that, right? So, every once in a while I find this at Costco and I buy like a few copies and I give them to friends, because that's how much I believe in this book, is to just like pass it on, because I've learned so much. I haven't read any of her other books. I haven't read The Secret. I haven't read The Power. I haven't done that, but this one for sure. And when I was starting, I was like, we have to meditate and do all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not, like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't know about doing it. I'll run the Facebook ads. I'll do that. So I sunk a good chunk of money just into running Facebook ads. I was like, I know how to do this. It's super easy. You just run Facebook ads. You drive traffic to a website. You get leads. You get sales. Easy peasy, right? But that is so not that's kind of the point, but that's not how it exactly works. So when I was like kind of throwing money at it and saying, okay, well, I'm just going to run Facebook ads, and the ads itself, the copy that I wrote for it, all of my lacking mindset was reflecting in my copy and in my pictures, in my videos, everything. Like, I can sit here and talk to you guys about stuff. I can do videos. I can do, I'm good at writing, but what I was not completely relating to is my audience. So getting into my mindset, getting into my self-development, getting into the magic of gratitude, and doing the full 28 days, building the momentum of this book was probably the best. And every time that I feel like the momentum is kind of waning, I go back into this book. And I go into this book probably every day. I don't do the magical practices like 28 days, like I don't do cycles of 28 days all the time. Like I said, I've only done it seven, like a total, like front to back 7 times. But it's all about even just flipping to a magical practice like this one, day 4, magical health. So the greatest wealth is health. And that is a quote in here. But whoever has gratitude for health will be given more, and he or she will have abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for health, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. So it's all about, in the magical practice, on a piece of paper or a card, write the words, "The gift of health is keeping me alive." And then place a piece of paper with your written words where you will see it often every day or today or whatever. And I have a sticky note from the first time I did this. I have it on the fridge. I look at it every day, because who doesn't go in their fridge every day? So it's all about taking the magical practices within the book of the magic, and not necessarily doing front to back all the time, but flipping through and making sure that you kind of boost the momentum that you get going after doing the first 28 days. And even she says in there, Rhonda says, "Hey Brandy, how's it going, girl?" No worries. You have a schedule, and you can always catch the first bit of the replay if you'd like. I'm only like 10 minutes in, so it's all good. I'm hoping that I can kind of be a little bit on the shorter side for some of these new Monday morning mindset maximizer go lives. I know that's a mouthful, right? It was even more than Monday morning motivation. You got used to saying it, but it's all about building the momentum with the magic. So you go through the 28 days, and if you stop in the middle somewhere, you have to go back 3 days and start from that point again. And that's how that practice works. Thanks, Brandy. She loves my new name. I'm also thinking of a new name for this group that I do these go lives in. So I'm thinking something around the lines of mindset and marketing, not to take away from Matt Jang and Aaron Fraser's mindset over marketing podcast and group that they post in as well. But I want something kind of like that because I know those are my kind of my fortes between the marketing and the mindset. So I want to do something like that, but I'm kind of just playing with words right now. So among that, and then this launch that we got going this week, Brandy, it's a crazy week. So anyway, so it's all about building the magical momentum with the magic and the gratitude. You have to keep it on the forefront of your mind every day. Like for me, driving to town. And yes, it's definitely going to be fun, Brandy. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm trying to think of my post for today too, after this, because this was kind of my priority, just to do this and like make sure that I have the information for this go live, and then doing my post for today, our teaser post for the launch. Ooh. So if you take the magical practice of magical outcomes, which is probably one of my favorite one. It's probably the one that I practice the most. I'm driving to town. I have an appointment somewhere where I know it's probably going to be really difficult to park. Like our hospital is atrocious parking. And I usually get a ticket because I park where I'm not supposed to. I don't know where else to park. And I'm driving to town. I'm like getting to town, getting to the first lights. And I'm like, thank you for the magical outcome of finding the perfect parking spot, big enough for my truck, close enough so that I don't have to walk. So like that's a quick walk, to the building, just stuff like that. And I just go through my mind and being detailed about that. And it happens every single time. So, and it's about just having that vibration of gratitude. And, a few weeks ago, Tina and I talked about vibration, like raising your vibration. And gratitude is probably one of the easiest things that you can do to raise your vibration. If you're feeling like today, between the time change and the full moon last night and my toddler getting sick, she was up like 4 or 5 times last night. I had to go downstairs and check on her. And it was just like one of those nights, right? So I'm just like, wake up this morning and you're feeling tired. I always feel like jet lagged from the time change. And then, between the kid being up and the full moon and everything, it was just like, Brandy says that she's got it down to her subconscious. I get the same spot every time when she goes to Walmart. Awesome. See, and that is gratitude at work. That is gratitude, building momentum with gratitude. Like she said, she's got it in her subconscious now. She's been doing it for so long. She's part of our online community. And it's probably one of the first books that she has read in starting her business, right? Like her and her husband have been doing this for longer than I have. So it's all about building the momentum and putting it into your subconscious. And then every day it's just automatic. When you're talking, light turns green. Thank you for turning green, for allowing me to pass. And it's so funny because when I go to town, just me and the kids, and I'm doing having my high vibe and everything's good. But then sometimes my husband comes with me and he kind of overshadows my vibe a little bit because he gets all stressed because people are not driving according to his, think that they should be driving, or he gets mad because the light turns red, or they don't go fast enough after a light turns green, or just stuff like that. And I'm like, you just have to stop stressing so much. It's wrecking the vibe. If you just let me do my vibe, then everything will work out, right? It's so funny. He's like, I don't believe that. And that's where, and 2 years ago, that's kind of where I was at. I was like, gratitudes, like high vibration, that doesn't work. That's how I was 2 years ago. I was him. And now everything, I always say for myself, everything is always working out for me, right, Brandy? And it's just all about the high vibe and maintaining that vibe. And and doing it for long enough, being consciously aware of your vibe and maintaining the high vibe for long enough through gratitude, it is subconscious. It gets to be subconscious, just like Brandy said, just like I do every day. It's just all about maintaining the high vibe, and it will become like second nature. So anyway, that is my little mindset, my mindset maximizer for today. I hope that you got a little bit of value into that. And I am, like I said, trying to keep my new go lives like I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes, but it depends on the topic. I think every week will be different. But thank you for attending my inaugural episode of my Monday morning Mindset Maximizer. Thanks to Tina and to Michelle and to Brandy for tuning on live. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. And if you're watching the replay, like I said at the beginning, just type in replay, and I would love to see who watches and maybe your biggest takeaways of today's episode. And I will see you here back in this group next week, Monday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 9 Pacific. That's noon. So it's not even Monday morning anymore. It's Monday afternoon for those of you on the Eastern side of things. And I will be right here in this group with a little more of your Monday morning Mindset Maximizer. And watch for a name change in the group. I might put a poll up just to see what you guys think, because this is your group, this is your community, and I'm just your host. So I would love to hear your input. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.